Hey, it's great to see registered dietitian Valerie Agyeman, who is always chock full of great ideas and tips to stay healthy. Valerie, it's wonderful to see you.
Thank you for
We have a
having
little
me.
game going on. It's not the Gong Show,
do.
not Price is Right. You got the grain game.
Yes, the grain game.
First, what is a grain and why is it so important to incorporate that into our diet?
So a whole grain is far more nutritious than refined grains. When I say refined grains, I'm talking white pasta, white breads, white, anything that's really white, basically. And so the reason why the whole grain is far more nutritious is because it keeps all of the parts of the grain, hence whole grain.
So when they're processed, most of the good stuff is taken out.
Yes, to be the white grain. So the whole grain has three parts. The first part is the bran, which is the outer layer, which contains the fiber and minerals. Then you have the inside of the grain, and that's the endosperm. And the endosperm has the starch and the protein. Then you have the small part of the grain, which is the germ. It's inside of where the endosperm is, and that contains all the vitamins, like B vitamins to give you energy, as well as healthy fats and protein.
A lot of ingredients for just one tiny little grain.
Yeah. So we're gonna play the game.
Okay, we're gonna play the grain game.
So I'm gonna describe the grain, and you're going to guess which grain it is.
Okay, we have brown rice, quinoa, bulgur, and sorghum. Right?
Okay, so first things first.
Yes.
This grain is a whole and pearled grain, which can be used as flour, syrup, bran, and more. You can boil it, bake it, pop it to make something similar to popcorn. This grain is an ingredient you can get creative with. What grain am I?
I am gonna go with, let's see, sorghum.
Drum roll.
We're gonna go with sorghum.
Wrong.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but sorghum is over here. And for today, I brought a maple poached pear breakfast sorghum. So this is kind of like used as a cereal.
Yeah, that's great.
The sorghum has a lot of B vitamins, which is going to keep you full longer and provide you with energy to get you through the day. And it's also gluten-free. So if you have celiac disease, this is definitely a go-to grain. But be sure to read the food labels because sometimes they tend to mix things together. Yeah, so definitely do that.
And this will carry us all the way through lunch.
Yes, basically. Has a lot of antioxidants, good to lower your risk of cancer. That's what research shows.
All right, I'm gonna go 1 for 2 here. Let's go.
All right, next one.
Yes.
This grain is less processed than white rice. I think it's kind of easy. When the outermost layer of the grain of rice, called the husk, is removed, this grain is produced. What grain am I?
I'm gonna go with brown rice.
Okay, I think that was easy. So it's definitely more nutritious than white rice, and that's because for white rice, they take out the outer bran, the bran of the grain, which has the fiber and all those kind of things.
It's like a potato. They take the skin off.
Yeah, and they take
you're losing all the nutrients.
So all that's in it is the starch and the protein.
All right, we've got 2 minutes. Let's go here.
And so cilantro, this is the cilantro lime avocado rice.
So good.
So yummy, has avocado, cilantro. It looks really good. Great for a side dish, great for lunch.
That's
you can
sizable,
pair it
too.
with salmon or anything like that. Okay, next grain. This grain is made from whole wheat kernels that have been cracked and partially pre-cooked to speed up the cooking time. It has a nutty flavor and can be paired with foods like curry dishes, stir fries, and more. What grain am I?
I'm going with quinoa.
No, it's not quinoa. It's actually bulgur. And so bulgur has a higher fiber content and carb content compared to the other grains. Compared to all of these right here, it's lower in carbs also. Good for those with diabetes, helps to control your blood sugars. So that's definitely a good one. And I've made bulgur and spinach right here. Very, very good, packed with a lot of iron and things like that.
Look at that.
So yummy. Okay.
Let me guess.
Okay, so next one.
Karnak right here. Quinoa.
That's the last one. And so this is a tiny bead-shaped kind of grain. Very, has a little small texture similar to couscous. And so we're actually going to put together a Mediterranean quinoa
We have to do it fast because we have about 45 seconds. Let's do it.
So we're going to throw in some quinoa. Okay, depends on how many people you're serving.
So readily available as well.
Yes, yellow peppers. We're gonna throw in some chickpeas. You can go on ahead and do it. 1/4 of a cup of chickpeas.
And chickpeas are great protein as well.
Yes, you know that. Yes, it's very true. Some cucumbers.
I listen. We got some tomatoes as well.
Tomatoes,
they are in season.
Antioxidants. We're gonna mix in some feta cheese, and we're gonna throw in a little bit of olives to mix it all up together.
You know, and if you travel the Mediterranean, this is something that folks there would be eating too.
Yes, yes, yes. A little bit of olive oil, and bam, you got yourself a nice protein-packed salad.
And Valerie, if you have this for lunch. This is going to carry you over through dinner,
yes,
correct?
And you can have it for dinner as well, really. I mean, it's very versatile. You can use quinoa for a lot of things. For the vegans out there, this is definitely one of the foods that they use because it's protein packed.
So many superfoods, and you are a super guest as always. Valerie,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to see you.